Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the It's in Queens podcast covering events in the world's most diverse borough between June 14th and June 20th of the year 2019.
Feels good to be back, Robert.
It feels good to be, yeah, we were away a couple weeks, and I know that it was painful for you guys, but yeah.
Thank you for all the letters and all the well wishes.
all
the emails.
Yeah, all the visits in the hospital.
The
it was
writing
too much.
was something else.
Yeah, it was too much.
That was impressive.
So we're actually here. I'm building on my Napoleon complex. I'm here with Sari Caine and obviously Chris, as we all know. Sari is. We're also in front of the Arc, which is an incredible new multi-purpose space, basically almost exactly at the Astoria LIC border. In fact, if there was a border, if Trump built a wall, it would probably be.
It would be
right
us.
here. It would be right here.
Yeah.
I would be on the other side. But the Arc is something very new that, kind of new, a couple months old, that has...
A couple years, year and a half.
Yeah, a couple of months. And and it has unbelievable stuff going on there. And Sari, could you just tell us a little bit about it, since you're the creative director?
I'm the artistic director. I don't know, the difference between creative and artistic. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
So we are a 20,000 square foot performance venue, multi-space.
Huge.
It's pretty huge, as our president says. And we are not the wall between the two borders. However, we do have a different zip code in the front and the back, interestingly. Just saying that. So we do all kinds of art, and we have film, we have theater, we have dance, we have music.
Spoken word, poetry.
Sure, anything that is exciting to us, we do. And one of the things that we do, as well as rent, is primarily we incubate and create. And we like to have all our artists under the roof together, under the Arc, and their work informs each other. And then we start under the Arc. Under the Arc wouldn't work in the flood. You would drown quicker.
Oh, yeah. On the Arc.
On the Arc.
Yeah.
So we're all on the Arc.
That's right. I'm not getting on the plane. I'm getting in the plane.
Exactly. So, yeah, we've been doing a lot of interesting stuff that we'll probably talk about later.
We're going to flash you different photos. There's all kinds of crazy. They had an electric dance music party the other day where they had a guy called Ironing Man, and he just stood there and you would give him your clothes and he would iron during the party. Yeah.
Iron Man is the best.
Iron Man, yeah.
He was great during our live reading, 24-hour reading of the Mueller report because so many fun facts there. But for me, being there 24 hours and having Iron Man there to iron my clothes.
You were fresh.
Yeah.
So they just did a 24. They got people from the artist community to come around, and they did a 24-hour reading of the Mueller report. I think that means that you guys are the only people in the whole country that have actually read the Mueller report.
Well, Rob, fun
Front to
fact. Apparently, these statistics are what I have, but apparently 3% of the American public has read the Mueller report.
That much?
That much.
None of them are in the Congress or the Senate.
No.
Well,
none of the ones who are
so
opining.
Sadly, no. We did have local politicians as well as celebrities.
Senator Michael Gianaris, right?
Senator Michael Gianaris and Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney.
Oh, she came here.
She came too, and we asked them why they thought it was important and why our, local celebrities and community thought it was important. And they said that they're sick of getting sound bites and that it's a really important document and the important thing is to read it. So.
Okay. Well, let's go through what's coming up this week, and then you can tell us what else will be going on here. And you can tell us about your theater company.
Ooh.
There you go.
Can't wait to hear what's going on this week.
The chock full of activities.
It's the time. This is the time of year when a lot of our outdoor venues in Queens start their summer series, right? And
Absolutely.
and in fact, there are a couple of events this weekend that kick off their summer series.
Great.
And probably one of the most, the one that caught my eye the most was Socrates Sculpture Park.
Oh, yeah.
Which, have you been to Socrates Sculpture Park?
As a local resident, I adore the park.
Socrates Sculpture, unbelievable.
It was
for those who don't know, it was an illegal garbage dump in the 70s, and a bunch of artists took it over, and now it is a beautiful outdoor park which focuses on showing large pieces of sculpture.
They also do yoga and they do
all that stuff.
Farmers market. Some boating options.
But on June 17th, 4 members of the Metropolitan Opera will be there to sing.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they put up a little bandstand. They're actually part of New York City Parks Department, so they put up one of those band shells. And 4 talented young Met Opera stars. Their names are Leah Hawkins, Mario Bog, Joseph Lim, and Dimitri Dover. They're going to perform arias and duets from a variety of operas.
Look at that.
Free, outdoors.
You can't beat
It's great.
that.
I went on my birthday last year and the year before, and it was great.
To the opera? Oh.
To the park.
To the park.
Yeah,
Oh,
to hear
okay.
the opera happening there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a repeat performance. Now, this also, it's important to say that now Socrates is going to start. They have an outdoor movies during the whole where they have.
They
and
do the
have,
food trucks again with the movies.
They do
the
whatever movie they do. International movies, and if the movie's Mexican, they have food trucks selling Mexican food and Mexican performers beforehand. If it's Italian, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And they also will start their movies. They have one of those huge screens. They'll start their movies, and they will open up their new exhibit, which they do every summer, on June 15th, 2 days before. Now, it's a little bit bizarre. Can you read my handwriting?
Yeah.
Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
This is true.
It's going to be up from June 15th till December 31st. Now,
So it's all car review mirrors.
no, they've done that before. They had a big car
don't
once, and in
drive.
the back was a big water thing with water lilies coming out of
That's
it.
cool.
I think that was last summer.
Yeah.
But check this out.
Give it to
This
me.
is a mirrored cubic kiosk with sliding wall doors and applied signage. The design maintains the functional intent of a kiosk, which is to impart information while blending into the landscape, creating a paradox of visibility and invisibility.
Wow.
That's art
What do
speak.
you
Now,
guys-
you're in the
yeah.
artist community. What
Did
does
you
that
understand
mean?
that?
I'm going with camouflage,
Camouflage. You're-
Okay.
So there's a kiosk with signage and mirrors that reflect, and anyway, it's a great place. We had a really good kitty birthday party once at Socrates Sculpture Park.
I'm
kidding.
thinking cats. You're probably not meaning that.
No, kitties, children. She's in the art world. She's not thinking about children. Great place for treasure hunts. You want to have a treasure hunt at the for kids?
Yeah.
Socrates Sculpture Park. And now that they've got a kiosk, you can hide things behind there too. Yeah.
Especially because it's invisible.
Yep. The other Queens Botanical Garden also kicks off their Music in the Garden ceremony,
That's
their
right, yeah.
series.
It's very convenient for me.
Which is all of 1 block from where Chris lives, resides.
Please don't come by.
Hangs his hat. Their Music in the Garden series is fantastic. You're outdoors. You're listening to all kinds of eclectic music. I saw a Spanish flamenco there last year. They also had a Haitian woman doing Haitian dance. The kickoff is June 16th, and it's the Ladybugs Jazz Band. Ladybugs has two female singers, and not only do they sing, but they also trade off between percussion and ukulele. So
at
they're
that.
triple threats.
A little uke.
They
little
can
uke
sing.
action.
Yeah.
I think that's a double threat, Rob, but go on.
Well, they're playing 3 instruments. But if they're acting, then it'll be a triple threat? Okay. They're ladybugs. They can transform into whatever.
That's a superpower. I'm all for it.
Okay. But they also have a trombone players, guitar, and bass, and they're known for having a lush, uplifting sound. I checked them out a little bit beforehand.
Lush like the garden they're performing
Like the
in.
garden they're performing in. Exactly.
See what I did
so
there?
it's very appropriate. I checked them out a little bit. They're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now, coming up, Diana Ross. What does Diana Ross mean to you?
Diva.
Diva?
Yeah.
Little known fact, she dated Michael Bloomberg for a while.
Really?
Really?
I
Hey,
didn't know. I didn't know Robin Givens dated Howard Stern. I found that out yesterday.
Robin Givens dated Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Before or after she was married to Mike Tyson?
After.
Really?
Obviously.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being like? It's like Mia Farrow was married to Woody
Frank
Allen
Sinatra.
and Frank Sinatra in the same lifetime.
I know. That's insane.
How do you do that?
lifetime.
How do you do that?
That's some lifetime.
She does not have a type.
No, right.
She's open to dating any kind of personality. Anyway, Diana Ross, as you might know, is turning 75, and she's spending the whole year on tour.
Good for her.
She's about to come to New York and give a concert in New York. And to get into the
mood.
the Museum of the Moving Image, which is all of a block and a half from here,
I think
They're
we
our
could throw a
neighbors.
rock.
is having a Diana
They'd like
Ross. They're having a Diana Ross retrospective this weekend. So they're showing
Look
4
at that.
Diana Ross movies. Now, obviously, The Wiz is the
The
most
Wiz,
famous
sure.
one.
What
and they're
about
actually
Lady Sings the
screening it
Blues?
twice. Lady Sings the Blues.
That's a good one.
coming up. If it rains, that's on June 15th. If it rains, I'm going without a doubt.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, that's Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday story, yeah.
Yeah.
Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday. And then the other movie is Mahogany, which I don't know about, but you probably
I remember the
know.
song. I don't know I don't think I've seen the movie.
Oh, okay. The Flushing Town Hall, Kabir Cafe. Have you ever heard of those Mexican rock group Café Tacuba? They do.
No.
They're one of those
Is
like.
that not our sound engineer?
No, he's Tucupai. Yeah.
My bad.
They do all kinds of really fun rock and roll, and sometimes the guy dresses up like Charlie Chaplin. Sometimes he dresses up in a kilt. You know,
And then he
there's-
marries Mia Farrow.
Yeah, then he marries Mia Farrow. Kabir Cafe is a group that they remind me of Café Tacuba. That's why I put that. They're really fun. They're crazy. They do wacky stuff, and they're like born to just being artists. They're not making political statements and all that kind of stuff. They sing music. Their verses come from were written by a 15th century mystic whose name was Kabir. Indian mystic, spiritual guy, and then they add rock and roll. They add electric rock, and they do a lot of their percussion is from Malawi. It's Malawian percussion, and they're live on Friday night at Flushing Town Hall.
Now they're going to do the dance lessons prior, or is this just
Yes,
a
and
straight
they're going to do it
performance?
beforehand. They as they do at Flushing Town Hall, they're going to have a workshop beforehand, so you can learn more about the mystic poet. You're very into mysticism, aren't you?
Hate it.
Sari and I went to the same school, by the way.
We did. We should give it a shout out. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
St. Anne's. I was about 15 years before her, in case you don't believe it. And there was not a dress code. Actually, you could wear a hat to school.
It was not a religious school, but
It was not a religious school. It had the
church.
name St. Anne's and the Holy Trinity, but because more than 50% of the students were Jewish, they weren't big on the Trinity.
Not so
Yeah.
much.
The graduation was in the church. That's about all.
I missed it.
You missed the graduation?
Do you always wear this shirt for these podcasts? I love this shirt. and I
No.
hope that you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No?
Now it's going to be a thing.
Wow.
Now
Okay.
yeah.
Look at that. When you
It's
get a
very
compliment from
An
Sari
artist.
Caine, from an artist, I think I might just wear this for the rest. I'm never gonna wash this shirt again.
Well, I
Well, you could definitely get it ironed here.
You could get an iron by, yeah.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
All right. Super Power Dogs. Have you heard of the movie Super Power Dogs?
I've
Is
seen the
that-
signs.
Have you?
Superpower Dogs?
Yeah.
I think my son watched that movie.
Oh, okay.
Is that like a kid's movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
Well,
yeah. Oh.
They're
I
coming.
didn't think it was a documentary. So.
Super Power Dogs. It's a
Right.
very serious
Yeah, right.
movie about dogs with superpowers.
Yeah, I definitely think my son watched that.
They are coming to New York Hall of Science this weekend.
Oh, there you go.
And the actual dogs that are in the movie, the
Oh.
movie star
Are you
dogs,
serious?
will be there.
I'm
Yes.
totally going for that.
You're going to that?
Yeah.
You can get an autograph, maybe.
A paw print?
print,
A
yeah.
paw print.
I do have to say, I was just in LA, and one side of this bus stop had an advertisement for
For
the
Super
Superpower,
Power
and you know
Dogs.
what the other side had?
What?
Insurance for mass shooting events.
Oh,
Really?
all
Yeah.
right.
LA. We don't have to worry about that around here.
Oh, good.
Anyway, you can meet so there are meet and greets with the K9 stars. There are screenings and there are fire safety demos because I guess they fight fires.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Heroes.
And
That's what all heroes do.
I don't want to know how these dogs fight fires, you know?
Their bark is very
mean-
convincing.
I was thinking they're, but sure, yeah.
All right. Have you guys ever been involved in the silent discos?
I have not, but I've seen them from afar.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of ways to interpret this, Rob. I mean, musicless discos or discos where you dance to music and you're not allowed to talk.
Oh, wow. That's
Or
interesting.
silent movie
You see,
discos?
people in the creative world, they just think differently.
What's a silent disco?
At Long Island City Landing, where you're standing out in a park with all of Midtown Manhattan and the Hudson River, actually the East River in view, there's a group of DJs, 3 DJs. You put on these headphones, and you
Wireless
can
headphones,
wireless
Bluetooth.
headphones, and you can listen to any of the 3 DJs, and you can click and you go on. They play music, and everyone dances, and so there's no music that to disturb the neighbors.
no audible,
but everyone is
yeah.
out there grooving, listening to with headphones and grooving.
That's right. And the headphones turn different colors
Yes.
depending on which DJ you're listening
And in fact, you're supposed to wear because it happens at night. They also,
That's right.
along with your headphones, they give you glow in the dark gear.
Oh,
So just imagine a bunch of people dancing,
glowing, dancing
grooving.
with no music.
Yeah, with no music. It's outrageous. Anyway, it's coming June 16th. It will be at Long Island City Landing. It's family friendly.
Yep.
Bring your kids.
I like it.
Yeah, it's dance outside. It's pretty fun.
Dance like no one's watching.
Or listening.
Right.
You know about the See It Big series?
Can you
The
say
what?
What?
See It Big series. See It Big series.
Oh, see it big. Like see it big.
Yeah.
Large. Yeah.
I don't know. We're outside. There's wind.
No.
There was
No.
also there was the loudest pair of flip-flops I walked by here.
There's
I don't know
also
if, I don't know if the microphone picked up on that, but
Right.
I couldn't believe how
there's also a
flippity-floppy
truck
that was.
reversing into a loading dock too.
Yeah,
over
absolutely.
There.
This is raw. We're keeping it
This is-
real.
That's right. This is straight from the streets
Of Queens.
of Astoria, LIC. Anyway, See It Big is an ongoing series at Museum of the Moving Image where they show movies on the big screen,
Right.
and there's always a theme.
Right.
Last year it was a certain dressmaker, all the movies that she had made.
Yeah.
There was before that it was all musicals. This year it's all action films, and so
Ooh.
they're over a
Those are
course
the
of
best to
months.
see on a big
They're showing
screen.
over a course of months. They're showing all of these different action films. I think 32 in total.
Wow.
But this weekend is a big weekend. On Memorial Day they screened all 6 Mission Impossible
Oh,
movies.
wow.
But this weekend is
It's a lot of cruise.
that's a lot of Tom Cruise. That's a lot of
A little
Tom Cruise.
goes a long way
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
that's why Justin Bieber wants to fight him. He saw all
I
those
saw
movies
that.
in a
Justin
row.
Bieber challenged
Yeah.
Tom Cruise to
Yeah.
a fight. Maybe there'll be a Mission Impossible 7. I don't
Oh,
know.
They
I
can
like it.
come fight here.
Yes.
Yeah, they can
Yeah,
fight
I
here.
will definitely
Iron
host
Clothes.
that. Yeah.
Anyway, this weekend you can see Die Hard, Hooper, Face Off, Point Break, Big Trouble in Little China, Police Story, and Haywire.
Wow.
All
That's
showing on the big screen.
That's a great bill.
Yeah?
I love those movies.
You
Yeah,
love-
They're mindless, but you know.
You're an action movie guy.
Well, I don't
I'm
like
never,
to think.
Yeah,
You know,
action movies,
Thinking is for the thinking man.
leave that up to the people.
Leave it up to the other
To
people.
those high IQ people.
Yeah.
I never.
I have a high EQ.
You have high EQ.
Yeah.
It's very important.
That's she.
You know, I never, I can't watch action movies because I always get lost in the chase scenes. I'm like, no, wait, he's not. How he was over there? How come he's over there? What's good?
I
You
mean, the
gotta
action
suspend
movie
disbelief, my friend.
before
that's true.
technology and after technology. Really, I'd
Yeah.
love someone to just do like a series
Computer
on
graphic.
Yeah.
that. Because you
imagery,
can't really get away in the same way now.
That's
you just
right.
can't do it.
That's true.
Yeah, think about the French
I
Connection.
mean,
that car
surveillance,
chase.
AI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They actually showed the French Connection a couple weeks ago.
Oh
on
yeah,
See
see
It
that
Big.
was some car chase.
All right. Finishing up. We have 2 more things I wanted to mention.
Come on, let's
the official Queensboro Historian.
Oh, Jack
As
Eichenbaum.
per borough president Melinda Katz's designation. Did you know that our borough has an official historian?
I did, and I met
And,
him. He's delightful.
Oh yeah, you did meet him.
And
Jack
a poet
Eichenbaum.
laureate too. Or do we still have a
Jack-
poet laureate or no?
We have a poet. Actually, she's looking for a new poet
There you go.
laureate. So
All
if
right.
you want, go to the queensbp.org website and you could apply for that.
Nice.
Anyway, he's doing one of his walks. It's underneath the J train where they walk, and he talks all about the history. Since it's the J train, they're going to go from Jamaica to Richmond Hill to Woodhaven. And he'll talk mostly. He's big on history and demographics, but he'll talk about other stuff. The guy knows everything. He's a walking encyclopedia
That's right.
of Queens. It ends at Near's Tavern, which is
Right.
of course my favorite tavern in the world.
Historic
I can't
town.
For
wait
an
to go.
optional lunch, it is the longest continually operating in the same space bar in the entire country. Because any of these other ones, like Francis Tavern in Manhattan, that claim, they all closed down during Prohibition, or they had a fire, or they moved. This one is 190 years in the same spot. And Mae West got her start there.
That's right.
And while we're on the subject, my good friend, my good high school classmate, Sari Caine, has a one-person Mae West show, which she's going to do there someday, right?
this is true. Terrifying, but very exciting.
Yes, yes. The other thing I wanted to talk about has to do with history too. Jason Antos, who you might know, he's the editor at the Queen's Gazette.
Okay.
He also writes history books and does history tours.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the 80th anniversary of the Whitestone Bridge.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, built specifically for the 1939 World's Fair to get people from the Bronx down to
Was that
Queens.
a Robert Moses joint?
That's there you go. It's a Robert Moses, you will build it thing.
Yeah.
He is giving a lecture presentation on the history of the Whitestone Bridge, and he has some really cool slides. He has slides of when they're like halfway done, and so you could technically have driven up and driven off, like they haven't put the last stanchion in and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But actually, it's a pretty interesting, bridges in general are kind of interesting in how they get built, and Jason Antos has written a book on Whitestone, so he definitely knows about
Where's he
that.
doing that?
And he's doing it at one of my favorite places in Queens, the Bayside Historical Society, which, as you know, is in Fort Totten and a working fort, and it's actually in the Officers Club, that really cool building, that big building where the officers during the Civil War used to actually have their meals and stuff.
Very cool.
That's a lot of fun. That's enough of me. I mean, hey,
I think we've had enough of you
about
for
me.
quite some time.
Yeah.
You definitely
let's talk
took advantage
about
of that break.
What do you think of my shirt?
I think it's great. I love the color. A little colorblind, but I love the color. Could you do me a favor, Rob?
Yeah.
You're a little bit closer to the ground. Do you mind putting this on the ground for me?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Probably can't see, but we're very high up, and
And I'm very close down.
He's naturally so tall.
I didn't strain my back in leaving that down. So, Sari, tell us a little bit about, now you are, you have your own company. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your troupe.
So Slightly Altered States was started by Dave Rigo and myself about 7 years ago now. And we were at Jimmy's Number 43, we were at Dixon Place, we were at the Flea, all over. And then when I found the Ark, and John Belitsky, who's the owner and founder, at first our relationship here was that my theater company would live here. And then I quickly became enamored of our space and our mission, and ended up doing more and more.
The artistic
and
director.
Now I'm the artistic director. So SAS has had to take like a baby pause, but we've done some great collaborations together that I'm proud of.
And you'll be performing here periodically.
Yeah. So we did 2 projects so far here that I feel like fall into our mission at the Ark, where we had Sanctuary, which was a benefit for our local group, Immigrant Families Together.
Yeah, remember that.
So we had RAM, which is our local 16-piece
Random Accent Music. Oh,
orchestra.
They're great.
They're beautiful. They played and they accompanied our play that we did with Demander. So Demander is an arts and media blog.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, this is the first physical manifestation of it.
Uh-huh.
And then we did Ty Rex, which is part of our mission to incorporate autism-led and inclusive stories.
She actually teaches to autism people.
I teach chess, Rob, but
chess. Now, what sort of genre is your group, Slightly Altered States?
Well, it's the same. It's the reason that John and I love working together is because we're doing the same thing. We're just on such a small scale, and we didn't have all the resources like a physical home, because as everybody knows in New York, physical space is, as everybody knows everywhere, physical space is ridiculous.
Right. Sure.
So we really are interested in pushing art to, in the 20s, American jazz happened. And then in the 70s, we had hip hop. So what is the new place of art? I mean, we're in love with film and media, and we think that by having all our artists of different genres together, having them working together, we're going to find the new place that art goes next. And that's something that my company was doing before, and that's something that we get to do on this grander level now at the Ark.
I consider you to be theater. Is that wrong?
My background is in theater. My MFA is in playwriting, as an actor, etc. But we always incorporated multimedia, whether it was for the set or for narrative purposes, and we always incorporated live music at appropriate times.
And your plays or your pieces, I'm
going with plays.
They're all really funny, right?
Thank you, Rob.
Wacky and funny, right? Wacky and funny.
I mean, I like to, the reason we called it Slightly Altered States was because it was just reality as I and my collaborators see it, which
it's just your life. Okay.
Other people see as wacky and funny.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's coming up at ARC? Anything we should know about? That we're June. Anything in July?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have
the 4th?
That's a great question. We're going to have a big announcement coming up around the 4th, which has to do with our plans for the Mueller report, which we did in collaboration with New Neighborhood. It was Jackson Gay's idea. So we have a lot of we have a lot of plans for that we'll
Okay.
reveal on the 4th.
Oh, okay.
And then
All
we
right.
have other things.
So it's the ARC, ARC.
ARC.
Why not ARK? Because when I taught English to immigrants,
No, I'll tell you why. Because it's also a secret acronym for the Artists Resistance Coalition. And otherwise, we'd have to go with like Klan, and that's obviously
Artists
not something we're
Yeah,
doing.
that's bad connotation.
All right,
Bad
very
karma.
Yeah.
Chris, am I missing anything?
You got it all, Rob. You said a lot today.
I
think
talk too
you
much.
said-
As
think
always,
you
I
said
talk
enough.
too much. Sorry.
No, I
Sorry,
don't-
guys.
That's not
It's
where
great.
I was
And
going
you've
with
got
that.
the blue shirt on.
That's not
I
where I
mean,
was going with that.
this is all great.
Oh, you're too hard on yourself. I don't like that.
Sorry,
How dare
anything
you,
else? This-
No, I mean,
All
I
right.
think that's it. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me, guys.
Oh,
No,
thank
thanks
you.
for having us down here.
So, thank you guys for putting up with us for yet another week.
That's right.
And I hope, well, we all hope to see you in the borough this weekend, and of course, every weekend since.
That's right.
Hence.
Oh, and check out the website, www.itsinqueens.com, for all your
Yeah.
Queens-based needs.
I always forget this, which is why we need Chris. It's
One reason why.
Queens.com. Hashtag It's in Queens. That's all our social media. All right. This time I mean it. Thank you, and see you in the borough.
See you next week.